The world of seismic data acquisition has revolutionized in recent years thanks to enhanced technology. The segment has grown from 2, 3, and 4-dimensional seismic data. And every day, E&P operators are demanding more seismic shoots with enhanced quality. We wanted to explore that in depth with our next guest. Joining me now is Dick Miles, President and CEO of Geokinetics. Good morning, Dick.
Good morning.
Now, what's your view on the international seismic picture? Where are you seeing the greatest opportunity for growth in the coming years?
Okay, when you talk about international, you're talking about national oil companies. They sit on 85% of the world's oil, so you always have to take them into account. But what I'm seeing really in Eastern Europe, there's a big push towards the shale plays, so there's some opportunities there. If you go to the Middle East, there's always a lot of opportunities in the Middle East. And in Latin America, we're seeing a lot of opportunities all the way from Argentina to Colombia and Brazil. But for us, we're really focused on just a few areas, because in those areas I just mentioned, in North Africa, for example, there's somewhat of a resurgence. But there's an awful lot of crews that have been idle for a long time, so there's a lot of competition and a lot of cutthroat pricing going on. So we've elected to move away from that. And we're really looking at Australia, where we see some opportunities, and Brazil, where we currently have 2 crews. We'll be adding a 3rd. And in Mexico, in Colombia, for example, there's 24 local companies, which makes it very difficult for us to compete with that many local companies. So we've been quite selective, but we see lots of growth opportunities in the areas we are.
Now, what do you think is the most interesting projects that your company is currently working on?
Without a doubt, it's the ocean bottom cable business, and the job that we have in the Bay of Campeche for Pemex. That job goes throughout 2012. We see a lot of opportunities for more ocean bottom cable, and some of our customers that we work for as early as 2007 with the ocean bottom cable now want us to go back and do a 4D in the same area. So we're excited about that. It means that's a good product going forward.
Now, we can't avoid the question. Late in 2011, you were evaluating different options to improve your liquidity position. How is this shaping up for 2012?
Well, we continue to work on that problem. We're selling non-core assets like we did in Q3. We sold some oil and gas assets in Colombia. We've got other oil and gas assets that we've acquired in the course of our business we're looking at. We're also looking at funding some of our international operations locally. But overall, as we go through 2012, that problem will take care of itself as we improve our liquidity position.
And what will the majority of your 2012 Capex be deployed?
Capex in 2012 will be very similar to 2011. It'll be about $30 million on equipment, which is mostly maintenance equipment, and probably about $80 million invested in multi-client activities, 90% of which will be in the US. But the important thing to note about that is that it's all funded by our customers, so it doesn't actually cost us any out-of-pocket cash.
And have you made any recent investment in the technology space to gain productivity improvements?
We continually look at that. One of the things people talk about as a productivity improvement is for example, the OYO Geospace GSR, which is a cableless system. We've acquired some of that equipment, but I don't think the final chapter on that has been written yet, and I think there's some other exciting equipment out there that may replace that. So we're very open to see what comes next. We're working on a couple of R&D projects, one of which is a marine vibrator that we worked on in conjunction with PGS, and that we hope to deploy in 2012. That will allow us to work in shallow water where dynamite and air guns are not allowed, so I think that'll give us a big opportunity going forward as well.
What else should we know about Geokinetics going forward?
Really, it's what we've done in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. We've shut down all of those crews because whereas we're profitable on each particular job, when we have to wait for the next job, we lose our momentum, and whatever money we'd gained on that job, we've lost by the time we start the next job. So we very aggressively got out of 14 countries in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. And if you look at our backlog, I don't think that's changed any. So instead of having to be in all those countries to achieve that backlog, we're going to do it by being just in 4 or 5 countries. So I think that's greatly going to improve things for us.
Well, exciting times ahead. We always appreciate your international insight.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dick. I'm Quinn Nguyen for oilandgas360.com.